Welcome back, everyone. This will be the final video in this little AI series I've been making. I'll be introducing one last topic pertaining to AI and then recapping and clarifying the past 3 videos. Because regardless of what the editing might have made you think, these were made with a lot of intent. And I'll try to be as straightforward and comprehensible as possible this time. Still, to get the most of what I'll be discussing, your brain might have to do some legwork. So let's start with a slightly philosophical detour. I believe that one of the fundamental laws of the universe and of our human experience is that things happen in cycles. There is no one start nor end to anything. Things merely change shape or transfer their properties to aid another cycle. Each day gives way to night, each fashion trend reappears years later, and each death feeds new life. And even if they are hard to see or comprehend, cycles are everywhere and everything, and we adhere to them. The recurring ups and downs are a big part of what gives our life meaning, as day is meaningless without night. As far as I am aware, there is only one extreme entity lurking in the universe that decisively breaks this rule. This law that everything is reused in some form. I am, of course, referring to black holes and their singularity, a term that has had frequent use in previous videos. It is an infinitely dense point where matter is not just irreversibly imprisoned, but distorted. And very briefly put, everything that becomes part of the singularity becomes unrecognizable. It becomes one with all other matter in the singularity. Thus, in this unique process, cycles are broken. The fact that information about matter is lost means that it can no longer aid in another cycle. It has lost its meaning in the universe. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, then you'll know that I've used the term singularity before. I used it to describe what a collaboration between entertainment giants Fortnite and Disney might lead to, or what happens when real and fake news become indistinguishable. What I truly mean when I use this term in this discussion is the conglomeration of information leading separate pieces of info to become unrecognizable in one massive mush. And that's precisely what algorithms and AI are made of. The AIs that operate by reacting to user-generated prompts formulate their answers by pulling from a mess of data we already do not quite comprehend. AI datasets are a mush of unrecognizable data. Now, of course, whenever an AI feeds itself on the internet, content is not lost. It is duplicated to the dataset, with the original staying online. The AI does not destroy data the way a black hole destroys matter. But whenever an AI answers to your prompt, is just as meaningless as any singularity. It was pulled from an unintelligible mess to perform some educated guess as to how to respond to your questions. And this is why whatever AI responds always feels like it was written without intent. It rips data out of its purpose and mixes it together to form meaningless noise. It can't comprehend nor replicate human meaning because it does not live in cycles. It breaks them. It destroys pieces of meaning when mashing it together, like a singularity. And the fact that AIs don't produce anything with meaning lies not only in their singularity-like dataset, but also in how they are being built. Programmers don't build AI with the intent that they'll die and experience rebirth in some way. They don't adhere to the cycles of life like living things do. They stay powered on forever. Not only that, but AI is meant to grow indefinitely. Nothing but progress. And thus, an AI will know nothing but this upwards trend. To us, some cycles are too large to fathom. From our literal perspective, the Earth seems flat, but we know not to trust our senses in this. The only thing an AI can sense, its coding and data, are telling it infinite progress is the norm. Our truth is a circle, AI's truth is a line. Both infinite, but incompatible in nature. And that's a lot to digest. So let me recap this segment really quick before I move on. Our life is based on cycles, and we derive meaning from it. The dataset AI pulls from, I compare to a singularity of a black hole, because any data pulled in blends in with everything else. Data is ripped out of its cycle and instead is expressed in a meaningless answer to a prompt. AI does not understand our meaning because it only knows progress. It can't relate because we don't understand reality the same way. We can't. And this is where the other videos I've made come in. In the aptly titled video, Go Outside Now, I predict that the internet will soon be heavily influenced by AI, meaning that most expression on the internet will lose its meaning. In that video, I urge you to lessen the role of the digital world in your life, because for one, it's already not a good place to be, but mostly because it will be much, much worse. And do mind, algorithms are already good at keeping you hooked. They are already smart. But soon, your Instagram feed will be able to manipulate you like an adult can manipulate a toddler. The video title is in all caps for a reason. Being chronically online hurts you already, but give it a few years and it will destroy you. But there is a world where AI can't get to you as easily, and that would be the outside world. Real life. But even there, the impact of algorithms will still be felt, and that's why I urge you to be a human. Popular culture is about to become one meaningless mess, even more so than it arguably already is. AI is going to offer a lot of convenience, and I want you to be able to reject it, to stay true to your humanity. This meaningless convenience and the lifeless expressions of AI is why embracing your humanity is so important. That's why I've urged you to think, say, and do. Think of new things that don't exist in the Singularity. Say meaningful things to socialize and spread ideas. And to embrace hardship and take initiative. Don't be discouraged by the cycle, but embrace it as the one thing you will always have over AI. At least you live. At least you know meaning. And when the digital world becomes meaningless, we need to keep finding meaning in the real world. Our world. And those words mark the end of this video series. Thank you for listening to my incessant yapping. I made this series because I think AI discourse is often very stupid. People are mostly arguing about when and how AI will take over and how that will influence jobs and the economy. But instead of arguing whether AI will take your job in 4 or 6 years, I think it's much more important to discuss what it will do to us as a society and as humanity. And I hope my take on this is the first of many. AI is happening. Take these years of calm before the storm to think about how you are going to deal with it.